Back everyone to Nerdy Playbook. We are back with Star Wars D&D. Um, do not forget that we are still doing the final days in October for the um, Alzheimer's Foundation. The link is underneath this window at the LGBTQ dragon symbol. That is our logo. It has all the information you need as far as any questions you might have. If you donated any money, there are rewards in there. Anywhere from giving one of your favorite players a legendary item or just learn some secrets about an NPC. We've all had issues dealing with family members or loved ones that had some kind of dementia and Alzheimer's, so this is to a great cause. End of the month for October is how long we're doing that charity for. Every little bit helps. So check it out. But for Star Wars, last we left off, the team themselves fell themselves into one of the more lavish and also more underworld clubs of Nar Shaddaa. Eventually, trying to get some information to hunt down and find an assassin. After some moves being made, Marg'Ani decided to play the flirtatious route and maybe worked a little bit too efficiently. Grabbing the
Got what she
attention,
deserved.
getting the attention of actually the person you're actually trying to find, Monachilian. She takes a liking to you and decides to get a private suite and doesn't give you really an option to say yes or no. Throws money your way along to the money to the business and has her guards bring you into the room while she prepares. You're able to convince them that you wanted to go to the bathroom and prepare yourself, and they allow you to do so. During this time, messages were being sent back and forth to the rest of the team, and you all were able to find a back way to the room. It will take you some time, but nonetheless, you have found a back way there. As you are in there, you immediately notice someone come out of the vent and immediately draws their sword on you. As you see this pinkish reddish skin Makian immediately draw a green lightsaber against your neck. And that's where we left off. So, as you're being pinned against the wall and you see clearly that she has what seems like, depending on how familiar you are with lightsabers, a longer hilted lightsaber, but she's only ignited enough of one side, and she's kind of bent in a certain way to kind of press it up as like a blocking technique to kind of pin you up against the wall. And she's not putting it fully against your neck to harm you, but she is not saying anything, but you can get the impression she wants you to be quiet.
Yeah, I have a full like PTSD level flashback. So there's a long ass pause where she's just staring at the blade with like a blank expression. And then I would say after maybe 15 seconds, she kind of comes to and is like, "Oh fuck, I have to get my shit together." And she just whispers, "I don't know what's going on, but I think we're on the same side here. Can you put that down?"
Give me a persuasion check.
Yep, yep. I'm like, what is my persuasion in this? Oh. I'm gonna expend a lucky die that I have now. Oh, that's so much better. That's a 21.
21. She looks at you with her offhand while she's still holding the saber. She kind of allows the saber to kind of give you a little bit of breathing room, but she still's holding up. She takes one hand and she kind of takes a few fingers and, unless you stop her, she's going to put her fingers to your temple. And you just feel like a pull as if she's
If
able
if
to like
she
read your mind.
okay, I don't stop her, but I'm just like, this is really weird. As she's like,
As she's able to see your previous memories, she immediately just kind of opens up her eyes and she just steps back and she just turns off her blade. It could be useful to each other. Either you want out, or you want to take advantage of the opportunity.
I'm
You help me,
listening.
I help you. I have my own reasons to be here, and your target is my target. You and me, right now. I'm sure you have some skills that are useful.
Perhaps. What are you? What are you doing here?
She just kind of looks at you, as you can tell that she is just constantly in a kind of like constantly haunted state. A debt must be paid, and I'm here to pay it.
Alrighty, so you want her dead, I assume?
That's the point. I didn't come here to talk. I've been circling around this place for hours, and when I saw you make your way in so casually, I decided to take the opportunity.
Climb through the bin.
You clearly look like you didn't want to be here. Figured the best spot was try to find you and see
Yeah.
if this is what I assumed.
Candidly, I don't. I'd like to get out of here, but I also need information. So I've got a team. They're somewhere. Coming. Hopefully, we can make the most of it. Discreet. Hopefully.
But you have your option. Can't wait in here forever. And if you want to do this, do you want to help me do this? We have to do it now. If you feel like this isn't for you and you need to reconvene with your team, then that's what has to be done.
Can I just open my comm link and reconnect with Quorum? Um,
Okay.
I do this in front of her because she doesn't seem like she's gonna flip her shit over it. I just go, what's an ETA on that? You know,
I said
rescue.
we're coming. Call me your
I'm
kids.
just so mean.
I need to calm the fuck down.
I am calm.
Shit,
I
doesn't
have-
seem like
Simmer
it.
down now.
I have some help. Just trying to figure out when y'all come in, so maybe they don't kill you.
Who the hell's helping you?
It's a long story. They came through the vent. I'll just explain it when you get here.
For fuck's sake! I swear to God.
He has the most realistic reactions to everything. I love it. I just look at her. I close comms, look at her, and just go, "Alrighty, what are we doing? Am I playing distraction? Am I, And then she like hikes up her dress to show the vibro daggers that she has strapped to each thigh.
She looks at you. So you can give me a few moments to make my way out of here without being seen through the door, obviously. I should be able to sneak up behind. assumingly that you are as convincing as you appear to be. But she is no simple target. I wouldn't be here
Well, I
if I
got
didn't
here,
assume
didn't
it.
I?
And that's why I'm here. You play the good distraction. I'll deal with the killing below.
Wait, below. You're not gonna kill her? The guards?
The guards themselves, hopefully, will be in and out before they notice.
Right, so if you're after her, why don't you just wait in here? Because it's just me and her. And then you come out and kill her. And then we fight our way out, or we can go through your vent or something.
You distract. I'll find the proper time to come out. You probably don't want it to take on the guards or whoever else is out there when they find out that we killed somebody on this area with their rules and everything like that. It's best that we go back to the vent.
Right?
What was
Okay.
that?
Which I was just saying, which is why we go back through the vent.
Yeah, we just go back through the vent. Assuming you can fit in the vent. I'm assuming we'll be fine.
Assuming, just looks down like, well, excuse you? Alrighty. Distraction. This is just like Takodana all over again. But she's gonna, like, look in the mirror, like, fix her, fix her headpiece.
She just
Like,
looks at
adjust
you, just like, what the hell are you
girls.
doing? Like, she doesn't know anything about like flirtation. She's like, what the hell are you doing?
Something you can't, clearly. No. Go and walk out the door.
Okay. All right. So as you have a small little hallway that leads between the room to the room, the door is closed. You do hear the unclasping of armor, very similar to hearing how any Mandalorian or any person who has heavy armor has to take it off, which takes some time, theoretically, as you hear pieces being taken off, but instead of it just dropping to the ground, you hear each piece kind of like set on the floor, like boots put together very nicely, pack laid down presentably, and then you just kind of hear some different clothes being changed into, as you hear like a outfit dropped and another outfit on.
Gonna peek
Sure.
around the corner before I like walk out.
Give me a stealth check to make sure she doesn't notice that you actually like open up the door.
What is math? That's a 12.
12. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, that felt right on a weird crack I couldn't see. Perception. That's a 13.
13. As you try to crack open the door, try to get as much of a look as possible. By the time you finally see her, she notices that you're opening up the door, as she just looks at you. So late to play shy. Come on in. As you see that she's wearing not like a super revealing gown, but you can see that she is wearing something that she wants you to work for.
We're ready. Marg just squares her shoulders, getting back into the bit. Well, I like to take my time, make sure I'm presentable. She walks in.
Okay. She looks at you.
Internally is like, get over here, get over here, get over here to the to the group.
Okay. We're gonna switch over to the group. as you are being led in a certain direction, taking back like employees' entrance around, I need everyone to give me a stealth check just to make sure that you are not being hunted, seen, or being tracked as you're taking this pathway.
Spooky 20.
15 here.
15,
17.
17. Still keeping up speed and moving around certain corners, you're able to at least dodge what you assume are checkpoints that's supposed to stop or at least warn somebody when you're taking this route, and able to avoid certain kind of detection or any traps of any kind. I need everyone to give me, for that group, give me a dexterity check, please.
$13.
13.
10.
10.
20, so 24.
Based off where you were told where this back door is, and where you are now, based on the speed you're doing and the time that you are taking to avoid certain locations that would get you spotted, you assume you'll probably arrive there in under 5 minutes. What's up, bud? Hi. Why don't you go up to mommy? Go ahead, go get mommy. Go get her. You assume you'd be under there in under 5 minutes, based off where you were told this would be and the amount of time it's taken you currently to dodge any motion traps or anything. Even though you're being shown and you were given directions by another worker there, you know you're not supposed to be here, and by being spotted, you might deal with higher problems than what you're dealing with right now. If you choose during this time to communicate with Marg'Ani, that is completely up to you. Otherwise, we'll switch to her.
Yeah, I'll just like, I don't know. Well, she doesn't have like an earpiece in. She's just got her comm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess she probably would turn it off. I would assume she would have turned it off.
Ooh, that's a good.
I'll tell you what,
I
Marg'Ani,
think-
you let me know what you would have done before you opened up
If
the door.
if there's any way to subtly keep it open just so they can hear, but the problem is I don't want them to be heard. So if there's any way to make something like that happen, then she would do it. If not, then yeah, she
So-
just wouldn't.
I did some research on this. There are essentially like their versions of mute buttons and then like speakerphone kind of like that. So if you want, you can essentially turn on the incoming volume, just have the speaker on, and then you can give me a sleight of hand to try to just place it somewhere that she doesn't notice that you place it, like in the cupboard or on the shelf.
Okay. Oh, that was a nat 20.
Okay. So you're able to as you try to put on the moves and move your way towards her, you're able to slide it over that you do it so efficiently you almost didn't notice if you actually did it, as you have to kind of almost think like, oh yeah, okay, it's no longer in my hands, I did put it there, kind of think that. That she does not notice, but at the time you put it here, you kind of like hit it like underneath a spot right into this little like end table. As you can tell based off her attitude, she very much keeps the same persona as she does in her regular life. She expects to still be the boss in this situation, as she's expecting you to come to her, and she is not moving to you, as this is her personality. To make sure we're not going to get too awkward with this, I want you to give me a performance check.
I actually do have a feat for this.
Okay.
When performing, you can try to distract one humanoid you can see. They have to make, or I have to make a performance check contested by their insight or a wisdom check. If your check succeeds, you can grab their attention long enough, or enough that it makes wisdom and intelligence checks with disadvantage. Don't know if that will be super useful in this situation. But fuck that. I'm using a lucky point to reroll that. Okay. 17.
So she needs to make a check.
Yeah, just to make a wisdom.
Okay. Not one.
Ooh. That's a fun.
You are so hot, she doesn't even notice.
I'm so hot! You know, and I know that she's over here being like a dommy mommy, but I'm gonna play this brat card a little bit and not go over there.
Okay. All right. So, give me a perception check.
Okay. 17 again.
You notice in this room, it's very high ceiling, and you're kind of wondering yourself, how the hell is this Jedi going to come here and deal with this? But as you look up, you notice there's just some rafters and there's other vents. As at this point, you see a vent open and you just see a shimmer start to move onto a rafter. You can't see who it is, but the same shimmer is what turned into her when she struck at you. As you can eventually see the shimmer just kind of like hanging out in one of the rafters above. And she's just kind of sitting there. You can't see her. You can't see what she's looking at, but she's just sitting there kind of waiting. But you have this assassin in the palm of your hands of sorts. You are pulling off a good show. You have been able to use your own feat to weaken down her proficiencies of sort. But it seems like this Jedi is waiting for something.
Something specific? Okay.
Yeah, you don't know, but she's waiting. Oh, yeah, my thing froze. Go ahead.
Okay, interesting. All right. After a second, Margaret's gonna be like, "I have to keep stalling," and she's gonna be like, "You know, I know you're very direct, but I like to take my time when I'm having fun. Why don't we share a glass and talk for a little bit?"
Give me a deception check.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has disadvantage on intelligence and wisdom checks. Is that what it is?
Yes, she has disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay.
That is a spooky 20.
Oh, she got a 19. You are lucky.
Oh shit! With disadvantage?
With
Damn,
disadvantage,
bro.
yeah, with disadvantage.
I'm playing with fire.
She's like, I wouldn't mind another glass, so she starts moving her way towards you. As she comes over here, you're comforted to know that you hit it in a good spot, but she goes over to this one little container where she grabs a bottle, pours a couple glasses.
What's your poison?
There's always a pretty fine wine that they have here. As she pours down a couple flutes of it, and Emily comes over as she tries to put on the seduction herself and moves in closer to you. As she just gets like within inches of your face, but then just slides a glass and tries to play the tease roll on you. As she just puts the glass right in front.
I have to give her a little bit so she doesn't get suspicious. So I keep my ground here.
Okay.
And I play with it, but I'm also like.
As you were noticing from the sight of the perception check, you're noticing now she's moving to the side of the raptors, and then she's kind of like about here. There's like a intersecting rafter that she's like moving above right now, and she's being extremely quiet.
In my head, I'm just like, the fuck is she waiting for?
At this point, you just hear a knock on the large doors. Just checking, ma'am. Everything all right? Oh, we're just perfectly fine in here. You wait out there. And it goes
about to
quiet.
be very busy. You know, I'm surprised you chose this place. It's most of the time we get taken elsewhere, back to, you know, bunkers or homes, mansions, ships.
Give me
You
another.
seem like the private type.
Give me another performance check. I'll say it with advantage, since you already kind of pulled her in.
I'm so fucking happy you said that because I was in that one.
What'd you get?
I rolled a nat one. I was like, I'm glad you said that. And I rolled it. I got another nat one.
Oh no!
Fuck.
Almost like you overplayed your hand. Something about what you just said kind of turns her off for a second. She kind of like looks at you, and at this time when she looks at you, she's no longer. Excuse me. She's no longer specifically looking at you with attraction. She's eyeing you up in a different manner. But she's not doing anything at the immediate moment. She's just standing there, and she went from sexually curious to now more business. What do you do?
I keep her gaze because you can't waver. You gotta have that confidence of like I said what I said kind of attitude. So Marg just holds her gaze and then just goes, "We don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. You just seem different than the others I've met before."
All right, deception check, please.
Okay. 14.
15.
Fuck.
2 10s. She's got a +5. As she just looks at you, and very similar to how you have your blades, she immediately just kind of drapes over one side, and she immediately just pulls out a blade and puts it to your neck. Who the fuck are you?
I'm feigning the whole thing. I'm just a silly illiterate dancer. So I drop my glass and it shatters and I'm like, what are you talking about? Is this role play? Are we role playing?
Men! Now! As immediately 2 of them enter into the room.
Fuck! Ow!
Fan the room out.
I'm just gonna look.
She shouldn't be here alone. She holds the blade to you. Alright.
Hun, you are paranoid.
3 other members. I need you all to give me a dexterity check. See if you can move a little bit faster throughout this.
Older.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's not a good look. What'd you get?
9.
9. And Nidak, I don't think I heard you.
Hold on, sorry. 15.
15. You don't seem to be gaining any extra speed, but you can. This is at that point where you did hear that she has been maybe made, and it's not working in her favor. Is there anything that the 3 of you want to do specifically to change what you're already trying to do?
Is there something like?
No, go ahead.
Is there something like specifically slowing us down, or
So because you were not, you would immediately get in trouble by the owners here, and in trouble by them would be possible death. You are trying to avoid any way for them to know that you're going through excuse me, any of their security, and doing so is slowing you down because of your stealth check. If you decide to say fuck it and we're just going to go through it, and if they find us, that'll move you at twice speed. If you decide to still try to make sure that you're not spotted by security, you are still limited to a couple turns left. It's really up to which way you want to do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, because there's different cameras and traps around the place, they're kind of at different corners, and you guys are taking the time to notice them so you don't have to make checks for them. But due to the process, you are like slowing down, and like for a couple seconds you're moving at speed to try to get around it. Then you're immediately running again, and then going around a corner and slowing down, and then running again, kind of like that.
Corum does also can hear this if he's listening. He might not be listening. I don't blame him.
He would be listening.
I'm gonna continue stealthing it and taking it cautious, but if the guys start moving faster, she'll throw caution to the wind.
Okay. All right. What about you two, Nedak and Corum? Are you going to still keep it up and try to excuse me, still try to make sure that you are moving cautiously instead of rapidly, and then possibly having more ramifications at a later point?
Prior to DM, would we have heard through the comm that the Jedi, or at least the lightsaber wielder, that interaction, would we have been aware of it?
I would assume so. I'm assuming that that Marg'Ani would have had you hear everything during the process.
They would have heard everything, but when I was speaking to Corum, because I'm extra paranoid, I am speaking in Rill, the Twi'lek language, so they wouldn't have heard unless he chose to translate to them.
I think I just said that she was in trouble and we had to move.
What are you going with, Corum?
Okay, can I make a like perception or investigation check to see if I see like a fire alarm, like a pull box or something?
Sure. Yeah, give me an investigation check to take in your surroundings and see if there's maybe a distraction you can do just to say, fuck it, let's just go straight.
It is a dirty 19.
So it's not like a fire alarm, but you can assume that maybe if you create noise in one section, it avoids you in the other. And you can see that every time you go to a certain route, you're passing through intersections. It's kind of like running through a hospital. You got to like follow like the certain line to go to like ICU or something like that. And you assume that maybe if you set off something in a different location, you are completely hidden for that amount of time. Maybe firing off an explosive in a different direction than where you're going. But there's no actual fire alarm itself. Seems like these cameras really just only activate when something gets triggered. So if you trigger it in a different direction, it would work in your favor.
Can we see anywhere else, or are we just kind of limited to the hall we were in?
I mean, you can see all the intersections in the hallway. This thing is a giant maze. So the cameras are everywhere. And you can assume that each hallway leads to a different back door for safety purposes for the dancers. And you've already passed like 5 different intersections. So you can always see, like, when you take a left, you could see that maybe there is security to the right as well. And maybe if you trigger that security, then you are good to the left, but not to the right, if that makes sense.
None of us have explosives yet. Okay, so I guess the next intersection that we're gonna hit, whichever way we're gonna go, like say we're gonna go right. If I can look down and see like a security camera, I'm gonna try to take a shot at that security camera to fuck it up to draw attention away from us.
Okay. So as you make your way to the next intersection, you try to aim at the opposite direction where you want to go. You see a security camera plus a tripping device. Roll to hit with your weapon to give me a proper shot at it.
That's not 20.
Nice.
So that is a 26 to hit.
So not only do you hit the tripping device, but you hit it in a way that no one would have noticed that it was actually done by a blaster. and you're able to immediately set off alarm in that section, but not in yours. You feel pretty confident that you can run in your direction as long as you don't eventually intersect back over to that quadrant where the alarm is going off.
Just for stupid flair, as they come to the intersection, he just like pulls it, like slides on his boots, takes the shot, hits the wall, like bounces off, and just keeps running.
Okay. All right.
Ah!
All right. So now you guys
I'm like,
can
we should
move.
be good. Book it, and I take off running.
Okay. So now you're just going to be one turn behind. During this process, Marg'Ani, Mana just looks at one of her soldiers. Watch her. As this one moves forward, then she starts walking over to her armor. As she is not bashful, she starts taking off her gown that she put on and immediately starts putting her armor back on, not caring about who sees what. She starts putting
I'm
her armor
absolutely committed to this like
the bit.
dumb dancer persona. Yeah, so I look at the guard and I'm like, does this normally happen? Is this like a role play thing? I didn't think there would be 3 involved. I was only told 1.
All right, you're gonna really commit to this bit. Give me another deception
I'm
check.
committing.
Give me
I
another
don't want to
deception
die. Okay, that was a 21.
check. Okay. Talking to him, he just kind of like looks at you confused. She's like, "Ma'am, are we doing something that I was not privy to? What are you talking about?" She was just saying, "Don't listen to her, you idiot. Just hold her." Right.
I don't do refunds. I'm just letting y'all know.
As you look up, you can see the shimmer is gone. She must have moved somewhere. You can give me a perception check if you can see her.
The fucking person real under my breath because this bitch needs to fucking do something. That's only an 11.
You don't notice where she is right now. I need to make sure she's got her stealth check good. Oh yeah, she's fine. As immediately she decides to make a decision. Yep. She all of a sudden you just hear like a little bit of a small wind drop behind. You don't hear anything else. Make a nice stealth check. Okay. As you just hear words move to the right. As he's just like, what the hell was that?
I moved to the right.
You immediately get a saber that goes right through his body as he would have been hit by it. As he immediately drops really slowly and quietly. As she doesn't even notice as she is putting on her armor. As the Jedi appears herself.
Oh, she took out both of them?
Yeah.
I'd turn around and I'd just whisper and be like, took you long enough.
Not as convincing. I was hoping for something more efficient. And she starts walking forward super quietly.
I'm a little out of practice, alright?
As by the time that she gets to about this point, she unfortunately just does does something to the rug that just finally gives her position away. As she immediately reacts to fire a blaster.
Oh. I would have pulled out my vibro daggers at this time.
She
by the
fires
way.
a blaster at the Jedi as the Jedi quick reacts as she immediately pulls off both blasters. We're going to roll initiative. I'll also take initiative from everybody else because after the first round, you guys will be in the room.
Why does it hurt me like this? I got a 6.
6 for Marg'Ani,
11.
11 for Nidak,
12.
12 for Sharkin.
21.
Big money from Corum.
Hi, Dick's character.
La dee da.
And then I need to roll for the Jedi. Ooh, a fucking 3. Okay. Okay. She has the higher roll. Let me switch the music. All right. She immediately is going to shoot out her dual blasters straight at the Jedi. Oh, natural 20.
Oh shit.
Jedi
Just
is going
kills
to
the
take a
Jedi.
reaction to deflect. Also gets a natural 20. Okay. So she does reflect against it, but the blasters are quite powerful as she does get pushed back 10 feet. Or that was actually supposed to be here. And then she is going to fire off her second wave at the Jedi. Miss. And miss. That is her turn. You can see that she's wielding some decent thick armor. She's got 2 pistols, and she currently has what looks like a hunter's rifle on her back. Corum,
She already got the rifle.
Yeah, she's got everything equipped. Corum, give me a dex check to see if you can make it into the room by this turn.
14.
14. That is enough. You will appear in the room. As you kind of appear behind a hidden wall. Used up your movement.
Okay.
You have your action, bonus action available.
Is that like a couch to my right?
Chase launch.
Okay. Let's go ahead. Does she know I'm there?
You assume that she is so focused on those two, she has not realized that you come in the room.
Okay. Secondary question, and it's okay if it's a no. Would I have an advantage on the attack?
Does your characteristics rule like a rogue?
Yes.
They
Yeah,
do?
straight
Then
up
yes,
rogue.
you would have advantage.
Okay, cool. I guess we'll just come in then. I'm gonna do the Danny DeVito. I'm just gonna start blasting.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pop in and just kind of and I'll take my first shot here.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. So that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right.
Wait.
And that
Take that
is, I
rifle.
believe, 2d6 extra. Cool. All right. So blaster pistol is a d6 plus 2d6 for sneak attack. I rolled 3 6s and a 5.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. That's like the highest I've
So-
rolled like that.
18,
So that's
5,
18,
23.
18, 23 plus 4.
Okay,
So 27 damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Holy fuck. Okay, fair enough.
Wow.
And that was
Yeah,
off a
holy shit.
blaster?
Damn.
And then, yeah, off of a blaster pistol. And then I'm going to make my second attack because I have the 2-weapon ability
Mhm.
from my operative exploits, or
Got
dual wield style.
Yeah, I got you.
Do I need to? Okay, no. All right, yeah. So let me roll. And advantage or no on the second one? Sorry, I can't remember your roll now.
It would still technically apply for the whole turn. Based on my rules. That's how I do it in the other campaigns.
So that, yeah, I was just double checking, so I know that's come
Yep.
up. So that would be a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to hit.
13's a miss.
Okay. So then I take my 2 shots, and assuming that the Jedi is probably on our side at this point, as they're like squared off and she's facing the mercenary and not Marg.
You can definitely tell that the Jedi themselves. You can definitely, without even doing an insight check, you can see that they have like kind of like almost kind of like a, what looks like kind of like a bloodlust to kind of take this person out.
Got it. Okay. And the other party members told me that there was a Jedi coming to potentially kill somebody around here.
Information would probably been passed around somewhere, yeah.
I feel like I remember that came up. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I was at work that night and they told me when I came back.
Yes,
All right,
that's right,
cool.
yes.
All right. And then yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Can I just 5-foot step to get out of the way, or?
The actual door is 10 feet wide, so someone can come onto your left or right.
Okay, because I figured if they were coming in the room then, but
If you want to,
actually-
move to your right, next, like move over here. The door is this one and this one. So if you want to move 5 feet to your right, that's fine.
let me go to my if I were to go 5 feet forward,
That's
can
fine.
I use my bonus to hide?
Give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna attempt to hide with bonus.
Mm-hmm.
That is a stealth is an 8, so 24.
24.
Oh.
Since she was not looking at you, you were able to get a couple shots off, whether they hit or missed, depending on which one it was. By the time she would eventually look, she does not see you immediately without having to spend some time looking for you.
If it helps, like I'll crouch down, like on the one.
Yeah,
knee
I'd
real
assume
quick.
that you would kind of like be kind of like partially crouch using the bed as full cover, so you're kind of like at crouch prone position.
Sounds good.
All right. Shotgun. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Not good.
Oh,
9.
you are able to make it in the room, but you use up like a dash to get as far as there. If you want to at least do any kind of like investigation or any kind of insight or anything like that, you can as far as an ability check, but you cannot attack on this turn.
Can I do like a insight or an investigation on the Jedi?
Sure. You could give me an insight check. She is very open with her emotions.
Oh, that's cocked.
Correct.
What is that? I can't see. Okay. Either insight. Where is insight? There it is. I can math 14.
She definitely fits the build as a Jedi. As far as familiarity that you have with her, you do not recognize her. But as far as insight is concerned, she has definitely shown an emotion that very much relates to a dark side user. It looks like she is here to kill due to revenge. As far as anything past that, you can assume that due to her stance, if anybody gets in her way, she probably would have no regret killing an obstacle to get her objective.
Okay.
I'd say that'd be everything to do on your turn. If you want to move 5 feet to a different direction, you're more than welcome to do so.
Okay.
Nidek.
I cannot tell what is 5 feet.
Can you not see the lines?
Barely.
Okay, I will increase the.
Okay.
I'll increase the
Yeah, they're like pencil thin.
I'll
Can I move diagonally?
will that work? Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Oh god.
Suddenly the room gets really small.
It's fine, I'll just squint.
Honey, I shrunk the room.
Oh, that would be uncomfortable as hell.
Let's see if I can increase the thickness of the scale.
I
Scale.
think quorum was.
Maybe if I just change it to a white, maybe that'll help. Alright, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just do that.
Okay. I think I was actually here, but can I just move diagonally to
That's fine. Yeah, you
behind
can
quorum
come over
here?
there.
Okay. Kind of like sneak around him, but
Sure.
yeah. Okay, that's it.
Nideck dexterity, please.
19.
19. You were able to make your way in the room, and you have your full turn available to you.
Player to DM, you said she took off some armor and laid it down gently. Can we see that where she is laying it?
She's wearing it again. She took enough time before you guys got there.
Oh,
to put
she
it on
got
her
it.
back.
Okay.
Yep.
God. And you said she's got a rifle on her back?
She has got a rifle on her back, and then she's wielding 2 pistols. You can see some other devices across her mid-waist belt that she has not activated. If you'd like, you can give me a perception check to see if you can understand what the devices are.
No.
Okay. The only
That's
other thing
okay,
you notice
thank
is
you.
that it looks like she's got something. She's got like a satchel on that's holding something large inside.
Okay. Sorry, guys. New character. Who dis?
It is hard to play in multiple campaigns, especially if they're completely different styles.
Oh, they
I have no idea how
And
much
a
I had to get
different
myself
system.
back in perspective. Like the past 3 hours have been like, all right, what were we doing? What game were we playing? What is Star Wars?
Yeah.
What is
Celestial battle.
Right. Space wizards.
Okay, question. If I wanted to make like a perception or investigation check on the object she has on her belt, could I do that as like a bonus action?
Well, you tell me what you want to do on your turn, and I'll tell you if you can.
I want to.
I'd say if you're willing, if
kinda
you're
wanna
going to
get
attack this turn, then no. If you were just going to make a movement and maybe another interaction, then yes.
Well, the investigation would depend on. I'm trying to see. Part of me wants to get Marge a rifle, but the other part of me wants to see if she's got a grenade strapped to her belt.
Okay. I'd say it depends
what,
on
I'll
the check.
make it
I'm not
easy.
going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you if it's action or bonus action, depending on the check. If it's a good check, I'll give it to you as a bonus action. If it's a bad check, it'd be an action. That's
You know what? Forget it. I am going to use force disarm. She has to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw.
oh, dexterity, definitely.
And you have to. Okay.
23.
Yep, she beats it. So. Nothing happens.
Okay.
And let's see, can I do anything with bonus action? I swear I had the power for my bonus action. Well, since he's unarmed, as his bonus action, he is going to use his movement to charge forward and attack her
Okay.
with a flying punch.
Okay.
So how do I select? Boom. That would be 24 to hit.
24 is a hit.
Okay. And I am going to add 3 force points to that.
Okay.
Oh, I can only do 2 at a time. Cool. That's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there.
Marg'Ani.
This is awesome. I really want that rifle. I went through a lot of shit. I deserve it. So, I'd like to move. Let's see. Let me make sure my. Of course. Character sheet, load. What is my movement? Oh, fuck. 30. Alright. Can I go here? Okay. I'd like to flank her then. And I'd like... This is what I'm envisioning. Let me know if it's possible. Is there... If there's like a strap or something keeping her rifle on her back, I want to try to cut it with my vibro dagger and snatch that rifle.
Okay. So the way this would work, you're essentially trying to disarm her, even though you're doing it in a very specific way that you have a weapon for it. So, because you're not having a feat or your kind of style that's meant to disarm, aka like Murph from the other campaign that's a Battlemaster, you'll have to do what I would consider 2 checks. First off, you need to hit with the dagger. Unless you theoretically get a natural 20, then that automatically makes it work. If you get it and you hit, you need to make me a sleight of hand. If you do, use successful disarm.
That's a 22 to hit.
Okay, so that's a hit. Go ahead and do damage first, and then do sleight of hand. And just to imply, this will take up both your action and your bonus action.
That's 6 damage with that dagger.
Okay, sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand. Oh, a spooky 20.
Yeah. So as you come in, you slash, and you kind of like bring up the blade a certain way, and you kind of like pull it back like a hook, and you just cut it as the strap itself that's holding the rifle on her back down does drop, but it is still by her because it just drops right by her feet. That would be your action or bonus action.
Okay. I don't really have much movement either, so it wouldn't really make a difference.
How much movement did you use so far?
I have 5 feet of movement left.
Okay. You can use 5 feet to pick up a weapon.
Okay. Then I will dip down and grab it while Nidak has her distracted.
Okay, so that would be all your movement. Use your action, your bonus action. That would be pretty much your turn. You're able to successfully disarm her and take her gun.
Hey, Mark, do you get sneak attack or no?
We're both operatives, right?
I thought so.
If you are the same thing as
I
Corum, then you do have
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack.
I do have sneak attack.
But
So
it wouldn't
2d6
apply to
right
this
now?
since she was looking directly at you.
Well, but there's somebody within 5 feet of them.
Oh, flanking. True.
I'm
Yes.
not even flanking. It's the same rule as a rogue. If somebody's within 5 feet
Yeah.
of your target, you get.
Yeah, you don't
sneak
need it.
attack.
You get. Yeah.
Okay, so you can roll sneak attack. You can roll sneak attack damage.
It is. That's 2 points of extra damage.
Alright,
So.
two more than you did before. Okay. Just roll me.
Hey,
Just
2
roll.
points is the difference between dead and alive.
Roll me just another attack.
Oh,
Just see if you
it's
would have
true.
gotten a natural 20. Because you would have technically had advantage due to this.
It would have been an 18 plus whatever.
I was just checking to see if you would have benefited from it. All right.
It'd have been awesome if I did.
It is the Jedi's turn. She doesn't even care that you two are both there. She's just gonna be like gonna ignite both sides of her lightsaber, and she's just gonna charge in screaming. She's gonna really run in and she's gonna slash. It's a miss with the first one, as immediately the assassin kind of pulls back to dodge, and she's gonna try to as she swings with one side, she's gonna immediately try to twist over and slash down with the other side. It's a hit. Which is gonna do 18 points of damage. And that is her turn. We go to the assassin. She's immediately gonna, she's surrounded. She's immediately gonna take what's in her pack, which is a helmet. She immediately puts it on, and she's gonna drop down a smoke grenade. I need everyone that's within 10 feet of her to make a dexterity saving throw.
That is 14.
15, 14. Corum, what'd you get? Oh, you're not there. Never mind. I'm sorry, wrong person. I'm sorry. I was looking actually at mine. Okay. So immediately as the smoke comes down, none of you take any damage, or it doesn't even affect your vision. But, well, not like as a disadvantage, but you immediately do lose sight of her for a second. Oh man. She's gonna quick make a stealth check. She is gonna quick move out of the way, but you guys are able to react quick enough. You all get an attack. All of you that's within 5 feet of her gets an attack opportunity as she immediately tries to move into the rafters. As she immediately just takes a grapple and moves into rafters. So we'll start off with Nidak. Attack opportunity.
That would be a 25 to hit.
25 is a hit.
8 points of damage.
Okay. And Marg'Ani?
I am trying to use this really sick rifle that I now have.
You would have no time for that attack opportunity to understand it works, so you can just fire at its basic function. So it rocks as a regular rifle.
Otherwise, I was just gonna smack her with it.
I mean, you could do it as a melee attack too, which would just be
Nice.
rocked as a staff. So if you have just like a battle staff or a vibro staff, it would just work the same way. You can essentially use it as your dagger too if you want to.
Did you say I could just shoot it at like basic level?
Yeah.
Or...
So you don't know all the functions of how it works, but you could just fire it as if any gun can be fired. It would be disadvantaged because you are in melee range, but you would. You already have a rifle, right? You already have a rifle of a certain kind.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it'd be fired as just a basic
Rifles are
function of a
my
rifle.
favorite.
Yep. So,
Okay.
But yes, it would be disadvantaged because you're in close range.
Okay. Is she still within 5 feet of me? Can my sneak attack advantage cancel that out? Because she's 5 feet from me?
Yeah, technically. So you would be able to roll regularly.
Okay. Yeah, that's only a 13 to hit.
Miss. And then the Jedi is going to get a free attack, and that's going to be just one too short. As she takes some of the damage and immediately goes up onto the top of the rafters and immediately runs to the rafters above here. As she immediately whistles out, I'm sorry, not whistles, she got the helmet on, she immediately yells out to her boys, "Get in here and get to work!" As immediately two of them appear, one of them being the main head of the group. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. Gotta roll initiative for them. Ooh, that's sad. Oh, that's good. But he endless skips. As you immediately see one with heavy armor, fully clad, And another one with medium armor, but is not wearing a helmet. This is the one that she was constantly talking to that was leading the rest of the group. As now she has on a full helmet, she kind of has kind of like a death trooper kind of look going on right now. And she activated something on there that looks like she added some kind of shield generator to her armor. As she's currently in the rafters. Corum.
Okay. I'm assuming she still can't see me, technically.
She has not looked for you, so she does not see you.
All right, then I'm gonna try to shoot her.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 21 to hit.
21 is a hit.
Okay. I am. Make sure I'm doing this right. I'm actually going to forego my 2 sneak attack dice on this shot.
Ooh, nice. You have
to do a trick shot. Okay. I'm gonna do a brutal shot. So let me do damage for this. Oh man, they're so happy today. 11, 4, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And she needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not good. 10.
So she fails. So she is knocked prone. Out of the rafters, hopefully.
Okay, so she goes knocked prone. Yes, she does drop down, so she does take falling damage. So she's going to take 2d4. So... I'm sorry, not 2d4, 2d6. 4 and...
Got that sneak attack damage back.
Okay, as she falls, you immediately hear something break as she goes prone, and you assume that she's unconscious.
Then I guess, can I take my second shot at one of the guards?
Yep.
Cool. Another 21 to hit.
21 is a hit. Which one are you aiming towards? Okay. The one with or without helmet?
The one further north on the map. The without.
Okay, got it.
What is with these dice tonight? They are possessed. So, 15 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna go ahead and move to there and use my bonus to hide.
Okay.
For a 16 on high.
Okay. You assume that's sufficient. Shaken. Turn is yours.
Let's see. Last round, the McKeon was kind of raging a little bit. She's still going.
Yeah, she's very barbarian-ish right now. She is in full rage mode.
Okay. Let me double check what my movement is.
It also hasn't gone to her turn yet, so you don't really know how she's going to react to her target falling.
I'm just what I can currently see.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, let me see what my movement is. Okay. I'm gonna kind of sneak around the room. I've got 30 movement, so I'm going to kind of shimmy behind Marg'Ani and pop out.
Okay.
There. How do I want to do this? I would like to hold the rest of my action.
Okay.
In case the Jedi tries to strike Mana while she's down.
Oh, you don't want to do the killing below. Okay. Got it. I can do that. Nidek.
How far is Mana's unconscious form from Nidak? Where'd she fall?
She did fall here. This is where she is. She's on the ground right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're
Didn't
fine.
Okay. Well, Nidak is going to stalk towards her unconscious form, get up to her, grab her head, pull her up, and hold his fist right next to her face and look at the two that just came in. You move, you make any sudden movements, and your boss's head goes poof!
Give me an intimidation check.
Yes!
Let's see, what does that even do? $21. That is a natural 20, sir.
Oh, natural 20? Okay. As they both look at you, and the one without a helmet looks at the one with the helm. Just like, alright. Just don't do anything rash. He takes his guns, he's like, I'm putting them down. So he just puts the guns on the ground. Dude, put your rifle down. Alright.
Listen to your friend!
As he puts down his rifle, they just look at you. Alright, guns are down. Now what are you gonna do?
You know where your boss keeps her ships.
As she just kind of starts like using whatever strength she's got. Don't fucking say anything.
He slaps her. Shut up!
And by the way, she's still wearing
The
it.
conscious ones are talking.
But you slap across the helmet. I'd say that'd be your turn.
We had a
right
little
now.
bit of the force to it to dent it.
Okay. Kind of do like a little Magneto thing where like crushing the helmet kind of on someone's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's getting slapped one way or another.
Sure. That would be your turn. Marg'Ani. So the two guards drop their rifles and guns, and they're currently just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. You assume, based off that, depending on what happens next, whether it's your turn or the turn after that or the turn after that, they might react and change their mind and quick grab the guns. But you don't. It seems like they're kind of playing the field right now and see what happens.
I'm gonna have my rifle trained on their general direction. And I'm gonna walk up to Nidak, and I'm going to gesture to the guns with my rifle and be like, slide him over.
And are you pointing the rifle at her or them?
I'm pointing at her.
Okay. Give me another intimidation check. I'll say advantage because you're boosting off of his.
Okay.
I push her helmet into the barrel.
Okay.
There's your advantage. What are friends for?
Those who intimidate together stay together? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's only an
Some
11
friends hold.
11.
with a fucking advantage and lucky point.
They don't do anything at the mere moment. You don't seem to make anything better or worse at this immediate moment. You don't seem to change the field. Anything else you want to do? You've made an ability check. You did movement. Is there anything else you want to do?
Is my action used up?
No, you would have used your movement to put the gun up to her head, but you wouldn't have actually used an action. Action require you to pull the trigger.
So they hesitated?
No, so with your check, they haven't changed their mind about what's happening. You have no idea until your turn's done if maybe you have strengthened your position or weakened your position with your roll. Until your turn's done.
Okay. So I'm asking because if they don't slide the guns over, I'm gonna shoot her in the fucking leg.
Okay, they do not slide the guns over.
Alrighty, I'm gonna shoot her in. I'm gonna shoot her knee.
Okay, I'll say you can roll with advantage to hit. You can easily accidentally miss, so go ahead and just roll to hit with advantage.
You said with advantage?
Mm-hmm. Just because she can't move and you're just putting her right up to her
It's
skin.
a 16 to hit.
Okay. So you're able to pull the trigger. Go ahead and do damage. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. She's down to 1, so she just does the death saving throw.
I'm gonna look at them and be like, I wasn't fucking around.
You
Slide them over.
bitch! Just get on the damn guns! As they start kicking over the guns to you. That would be, unless you want something for bonus action, that would be your turn.
Yeah, I want to go pick them up because I want more guns, but I do that, so that'll be my turn.
Okay. On the Jedi's turn, she just starts like, if this was a cartoon, her head would start to steam. She is pissed off beyond belief. Before it happens, your reaction is going to activate because she's immediately in charge. So what's your reaction do? Shotgun.
I would like to stun her.
Okay.
With the force, I need her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. She's got a +5, so 17.
Okay. Okay, I don't think it does anything on a
Success.
fail, so...
Okay.
Yeah. Never mind.
So she charges in, doesn't even notice what you're doing. 5, 10, 15, 20. No. We're gonna go here. And she's immediately gonna just take the saber. And she's just gonna take advantage of one of you holding her in one position, the other one poking her in another, and she's just gonna take the other side and just stab her right through. As she's just gonna look at her. And you just see just the slight tinge of yellow in her eyes as she's going to really stab her right in the face, if she can. That'll be enough.
There's no chance he could, Nidak could, like, move her out of the way of the strike, is there?
You didn't have any reaction prepared for it, so no.
Yeah.
So she immediately comes in, she immediately takes her blade and she ignites it as she just puts the hilt right to it and just activates it and just pierces right through her head. And she just turns it back off.
Oh, hell.
She just looks at all of you. You all fuck off. And then she just disappears.
I like her. I say that out loud. I like her.
Fucking Jedi.
That was her turn. We go to the lead soldiers. He just looks like, what the fuck? We gave you the weapons. As he quick pulls out one from his back, and he's gonna fire.
Oh, is it?
He's gonna aim at the only. Well, I guess technically, Nidak, are you still holding her, or did you drop her corpse?
I would have dropped it after
Okay,
she
then they're gonna
stabbed
shoot
her in
at
the
you.
face. Okay.
23 to hit.
Yes, that's a hit.
Okay. You take 12 points of damage. Extra attack. 17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. 14 points of damage, and that's his turn. I go to the top around, give the other guy finally a chance to do something. He is going to run in, and since no one's grabbed his weapon, he's going to immediately go in and grab his rifle. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to grab his rifle, and then he's going to shoot at Nidak. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
18 points of damage and extra attack. Oh, I'm sorry. You need to make me a Constitution saving throw due to his rifle.
23.
You're fine. You do notice when he fires the blast at you, it almost has like this air blast to it that almost looks like it's supposed to push someone away like a shotgun blast. His next attack is a 21 to hit for 8 points, and then another Constitution saving throw, please. This is going to try to do the same thing.
16.
Okay, you're good. That's his turn. We're going to go to... Well, she's dead. Corum.
Oh, let's just keep going with what works. I'm going to shoot at the non-helmeted dude.
Okay.
Am I stealth from him or no?
You got advantage, yeah. He's not even looking at you, so you're good.
A 22 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, 4. Oh, they're stabilizing. All right. 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then second shot at him if he's still standing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 24 to hit
Mhm.
for 12 points of damage.
Okay. Anything else?
And we're gonna bonus to hide.
Okay, so I'll check, please.
13.
Okay. At this point now, a lot of things are going on. You assume that you are not as hidden as you were once.
Sometimes I get it.
What's that?
I've shot a few times. I get it.
Yeah. Shocking.
Is she dead or dying?
Oh, she's dead. She was impaled directly by the beam in the head.
In the face.
She dead.
Had she taken any other damage while down?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
Oh, well, okay, so she took damage from the rifle to the leg, and the lightsaber itself going right into the head would have done 2 death saving throws.
Okay. Oh, that kind of screws up what I was gonna do.
Sorry.
It's a dance party.
Some John Wick shit, I tell you.
I know, it's
Oh, I
pretty good.
know.
Still gotta finish the 4th movie, which this is
They-
what this one's from.
I know, Sam.
They keep asking me if I'm back. Yeah, I'm
I'm back.
thinking I'm back.
Love some John Wick. Yeah, unfortunately, I started watching it when I had COVID, and then I just kind of like, I don't really want to watch an action movie when I'm feeling extremely ill, and then just forgot to pick it back up.
I watched the 4th one on the airplane on the way back from Orlando. We got about halfway through it.
I've seen some of the best movies I've been flying. Like, last time I flew, because it was a while ago, I watched, what's the movie called?
Love that one.
You know, right?
Starring that guy who does that thing and won
Right.
that award. Yeah, the best.
Oh, fuck, I can't remember.
I genuinely don't know what to do.
There are 2 other guys if you want to kill them.
Alita. It was the first time I watched Alita,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was on a plane, and it was fucking awesome, and I had to buy it right away when we got back. And I've watched it like 30 times.
That's great.
That's Battle Angel, right?
Yeah.
or that's what it's based on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The reason why I always get confused is because the name. Oh, I always accidentally wants to call it Akira, but I'm like, it's not Akira. Akira is really really good, and I love Akira.
I'm gonna stagger back a few steps, and out of disappointments and grief, gonna forego my turn.
Okay. Nidek.
Okay. So before I say what I want to do, I want to see if I can hit. So he's going to move forward and try and hit him.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what yet because I want to see if it lands first. 17 to hit.
Miss.
Can I use it as a bonus action? No. Okay. He's just gonna try and spin kick him in the face on as a bonus action.
All right, karate chop action.
27 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not that much of an asshole to give you guys a level 4 enemy that powerful.
Well, campaign over, guys.
Right.
Hope you enjoyed. Joke's on you.
Episode 5, I'm already having you guys fight like a 30 AC NPC.
Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna add some force points to
Trick
this.
thing is he only has 10
it's
HP.
Be awesome.
First time we do damage, he is fucked.
He's about to be, hopefully.
In the face. You're making a very complicated attack, it sounds like.
29 points of damage.
Well, he's still up, but that was an extreme amount of damage. He definitely took a lot from that. Anything else?
No, after he punches him and like crushes in his armor a little bit, I imagine Nidek's just going to stand there fuming.
Okay.
Jedi's.
Jedi.
That's it.
Okay.
Jedi.
Marg'Ani.
Which one's looking like they're ready to fall over? The dude with the helmet or without it?
They're both extremely injured. I'd say the one that looks like he is more injured is the one that is fully armored, because the impact that Nidek just did to him has, like, you could definitely tell something broke inside of his armor, and he's being held together very carefully.
Cool. I'm gonna move here, kind of in between them, and I'm just gonna take a shot at him.
Okay.
Motherfucker. I hate these dice. That's a 6. That didn't hit. Can I offhand throw my vibro dagger?
Not if you use the rifle as an action.
Okay.
The rifle would be too.
I don't have any bonus actions that I know of, so...
It is sometimes the drawback.
You can disengage, hide, or disengage.
True, yeah, as your class, you could do something that most people would take as an action.
Okay.
Dash, disengage.
I'll try to hide and can hide here.
Okay.
Maybe so that this guy doesn't see me.
Stealth check.
That is a 18. Sorry,
Okay.
17.
Okay. You feel like you're sufficiently put into like the shadow of a corner. Kitty!
I was like, a cat? Look at that. Look at that stare.
All right, the lead is going to immediately
Kitty!
go in and head towards the get his pistols back. He's going to switch back into his regular duels,
Ah, damn it, I forgot about those.
and then he is going to shoot at Nidak. Oop, first one is definitely a miss, and second one is probably a miss with a 12.
Miss.
Okay, so he does terrible. That is his turn. We go to the guy who's fully armored as he is in complete pain. He is going to try to shoot you with a specific rifle. That does not get disadvantage. And 17 to hit.
Hit.
Okay, 7 points of damage. Constitution saving throw, please.
$11.
Okay, you get pushed back 10 feet. And he's going to move an extra 5 feet and do it again to you. 24 to hit for only 2 points of damage. Another Constitution saving throw.
Wouldn't help if I roll a d20 and not a d4. 23.
Okay, you're good. All right. Corum.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to shoot the guy over by Nidak. Oh wait, no. Nidak, you moved up into melee with him, right?
Yes.
He did, but then the guy used the rifle to push him back.
Pushed me back.
So now they're 10 feet
Got
apart
it.
from each other.
Got it. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna move to here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to use my bonus to hide again because I feel like I didn't really get a good spot hide.
Okay, stealth
Try
check.
to reposition. 24.
You are hidden.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try to shoot armored dude.
Okay, you got your advantage.
A dirty 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. I want to drop this guy, so I'm gonna use my sneak attack. Oh hell yes.
Hail to the yeah.
23 points of damage.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
As you just like
Okay.
fire a hole so much that it just sears him.
And then I'm gonna use my second attack at the other guy.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah. 23 to hit,
That's a hit.
or 9 points of damage.
How would you like to do this?
Ah!
So literally, I put my one gun up on the bed, I shoot the hole through the other guy, I just pull up the other one, and I kind of stand up and just like fire into his like basically his head because he's pointing right at Nidax. I shoot him so he goes flying back at the same time,
Okay.
and I just come walking out.
Gotcha. All right, combat is done.
Are the doors open? Because if they
So
are...
this door is open, but this door is closed.
Alrighty, I'm closing this door and
Okay.
locking it.
Got it. You closed the door and you locked it.
Marg'Ani, move. And Nadak's gonna take the bed and force push it against that door. If he can.
It's a big
Okay,
bed.
that's fine. Yeah.
He's not happy, so it's a good tantrum item.
Oh, well, that's not how I wanted to spend my evening. And she's gonna start looting the bodies.
Okay. All right. Give me an investigation check to find all the possessions they have.
Motherfucker! That's a fucking 3.
You're able to find what is obvious during the battle. The one that was the leader, the unarmed, the unhelmeted one, he has three blasters. One is a small blaster, which is what he had behind him, which is just a simple blaster. The other two that he was holding were +1 blasters. That deployed an extra 1d4 damage per blaster. Let me make sure I give you guys the right notes. 1 second. The fully armored one had what looked like a certain kind of like shotgun that pushed people back with a failed Constitution saving throw, which is a DC 15. The blast of that just works as just a regular rifle. The difference is that the range is converted. You only have 40 feet of range, but you don't have disadvantage at melee attacks.
Do I find any money on any credits?
Not with that check. As far as their armors,
time to roll again.
Sure. If you want to take more time, you can roll again. Both their armors are pretty destroyed from the shots. What was that, Corn?
I'm gonna walk over to Shotgun while that's happening.
Okay.
Okay. As you do that, you start to notice that her cheeks are looking a little green. And she's gonna kind of stumble towards the wall and puke.
Oh.
Ooh.
He'll come up behind her and like kind of put a hand on her shoulder and be like, "You all right, kid?" First time seeing something like that. I'll kind of lean in really close, like on the shoulder, and be like, "Did you know that lady, the Force user?"
If I remember correctly, I didn't.
No, you don't
Right,
even
Joe?
recognize who they are. No, they didn't give out their names, so based off just looks, you do not recognize them.
No, no.
All right. Tighten it up. All right. We'll talk about this later if you want, but we gotta get out of here, okay? And kind of squeezes her shoulder a little bit and turns back.
Okay. Marg'Ani, what'd you get on your second investigation?
13.
13. You're able to figure out a couple things. One is the two that were the guards, their armor is so destroyed from the battle that it is not reusable. You'll at least able to find out that the guard with the helmet was not carrying any credits, but the one unhelmeted was carrying hut credits, and also galactic credits. As far as the hut credits, he is carrying 100 hut credits, and he is carrying 500 galactic credits. As far as mana, her helmet is destroyed and is not reusable, therefore it's not obtainable. But you're able to find a few things on her. If you want to acquire her armor, she does have high grade, just one step lower quality than a Beskar armor. It is a black shielded armor, and it is considered heavy armor. And it's essentially plate armor, and it has a few functions to it that you're able to find out. It looks like some of the functions don't work without a helmet synced up, but there are 3 in total. One allows you to pay a charge, and you're able to activate a shield generator that increases your AC by 2 for the next 3 turns. Another one is to increase your sight while you're wearing a helmet, and this allows you to get advantage on any attack that that requires your weapon to be range attack. And the last one allows you to drop down a smoke grenade as a bonus action instead of an action.
Yeah, I would love to take that. Even if I don't wear it, I could sell it. I'm
It
a
is
little
several
weasel.
pieces, but they can kind of like fit together like in a backpack, like the greaves, and the boots can kind of like fit into the actual chest plate and stuff like that. She is also holding some credits and what looks like two bounties. The amount of credits she has is she's got a total of. She has 200 hut credits. She's got a total of 1,000 galactic credits.
Oh.
She has what looks like a digital key, but you're not sure for what. Does not have a label on it. This key, specifically, as I say, digital. This is like a replacement for a thumbprint. Like she must have hacked something, and this is like a way to break in. And then she's got 2 bounties, both for Jedi. One specifically is exactly matching the person that you just fought with. It is talk about a reddish-skinned Makian, Jedi Knight that has been a problem ever since we killed her master. Take her down before she decides to destroy any more of our facilities. If you're able to take care of this, we'll reward you with 500 galactic credits and a ship of your choice. The other bounty is one that looks like it's been completed, and this is one that she looked like she was just keeping for herself, which looks like actually applies to the master she killed. This master's name is Jedi Master... Jedi Master Nadir. The original... This looks like she's keeping this for, like... as, like, a symbol and a reward of her own. But it looks like off of it, she was allowed to keep the lightsaber. Also allowed to gain some property in Nar Shaddaa and a value of 500 galactic credits.
Is the lightsaber on her?
It is not. Based off the information you got, she probably took the place that she got and probably used it as a hideout of some sort. Maybe she's storing it there, based off what you could figure out.
So speaking of that, does she have a comm? I don't know.
Yes,
some
does.
device
They
that
all
I
have,
know
they all
that
have they all have communicators. It looks like she's got 2. Based off the look of theirs, it looks like she's got one that matches theirs. Maybe she has one communicator attached that allows her to communicate to the rest of her team. And then she's got another communicator that's different than theirs. Based off this communicator itself, you can give me an investigation check on.
I'm gonna hand one to Nidak and be like, "I'll see if you can find anything useful in this one. I'll work with this one. Hold up the other one."
Which one of you is looking at which one? They're different. Are you looking at which one?
I'll give him the one that looks different.
Okay.
So he can look at that one, and I'll just look at the one that they all have. I'm not paying that much attention.
Okay, so Nidak, you give me an investigation check on the holo communicator that was just given to you.
Okay.
Let me move myself so it makes more.
18.
Based off what you can tell without actually turning it on, this is a deep space holo communicator. Based off of what you can assume based on its range, it can hit any unprotected planet within the galaxy. Theoretically, this is also a jammer. It looks like the way it could be used is possibly to block a signal for a temporary amount of time. I'd say with that check, you can probably, if you decided to rewire it, you could probably figure out where the other one might be without turning it on.
I would like to try and do that.
But it will take you some time, but you can give me a... Let me pull up the character sheet because I know there's a different role for this one.
Technology?
Yes, technology. Thank you. If you can give me a technology check.
Okay. 17.
17. Depending on how much time you want to take it, you feel like you can get it done. If you guys decide to stay in this room for upwards towards an hour, you could probably get it done before you leave. If you decide to leave before then, you might just have to wait till you guys get to another spot, but you're pretty confident you could probably backtrack where the other one is, even if it's not on this planet.
I am gonna not spend an hour because I don't think we're gonna be that long. So he's going to tuck it away. Can I? I remember Mana had like something big in a satchel. Can
That
I
was
do
her
an
helmet.
investigation check on that?
That was her
Oh,
helmet.
okay.
Yeah, she pulled it out when you guys
Got
were
it.
starting to flank her and she needed to get out of there, so she put the helmet on, which activated the features of her armor. But the
Did
helmet
the-
Is
I'm sorry,
are
Shaka.
there any wardrobes? Oh, sorry, Shaka.
Go ahead. I can wait.
Okay, Nidek.
Are there any wardrobes, dressers, things where maybe I want to look for the keys to a ship or something that will give us a lead on that?
Based off this room, it is quite empty, even though it is quite an expensive room. Based off what you would have assumed, based off what transpired after Marg'Ani was pulled in this direction, most likely she wasn't permanently renting this room. She just paid for it for this specific endeavor. She hasn't stored anything in here.
Did the McKeon have a name?
You did not get it. You can...
Is it on the bounty?
I never actually thought about that. Yes, it is. If you look on it, you can actually find her name. It is Jedi Knight Anatine.
How do you spell that?
Anatine.
Okay. We should go.
Does the mercenary, does she have a like a data pad on her or anything like in her bracer or anything like that?
It looks like with her current armor, other than having a couple holo communicators, there's nothing on her that has any other data on her, except for the 2 bounties and the holo communicators. But there's nothing like within her wrist gauntlets or anything like that that pulled up any backup information or anything like that.
All right, random thought. Can I use my slicer kit to try to track her her comm unit to figure out where she's been, to figure out maybe where she's been hiding out?
Do you want to do it against the one that Nidek has or the one that Marg'Ani has? The one that Marg'Ani has connects to the rest of the crew.
That's what I was trying to do with the one I have currently.
Oh, okay.
The crew one probably, since it's local. I'm gonna guess.
If you both want to do it together, you guys can work together to give it advantage to slice into it.
Okay. I do have I have expertise in it, so let me.
Yeah,
see if
I
you
was
want
gonna
me
say,
to roll.
I'll help you.
Okay, so that'd be 19.
19. As you take a couple seconds to use your common intuition to hack into this device, you're able to figure out, as you're able to pull up like this hollow blueprint of this underworld that kind of exists around Nar Shaddaa, that where the most common spot that this specific hollow communicator has been, and where it looks like there are other hollow communicators that are connected to it, is man, what the hell? Not too far from here, maybe about not 10 blocks away.
I'm gonna grab her helmet and be like, "We need proof." I'm gonna put it like to the side, like, "Let's get out of here."
Okay. All right. Do you guys want to go back the way you came, the back door, front door, or vent?
The 2 operatives like yes.
Back the way we came. Probably those back tunnel. We get back there. Hopefully that Tweelock is still there.
Okay. Well, the
You're like,
she didn't follow with you. She gave you like she got so far, and then she gave you like advance notice of where to go. But you can take the secret route and head back. Give me Corum, give me an investigation check.
that is a not great. Oh, +3. That's a 15.
That's fine. You are able to remember of which way you went, and you remember that halfway through the way you got here, there was also a way to leave the building through a back door. You remember which way to go, so you don't actually have to go through the actual central atrium to get out of here.
Yeah, lead everybody out. Let's go.
All right. So as you all start making your way, Nidek?
Before we leave, is there candles, lighting, anything like that in the room?
There is no specific candles, but there is like electronic lighting kind of plastered over different corners of the area.
Okay, you pyro.
Before he leaves, Nidek... Yeah. Before Nidek leaves, he'd like to use the Force to try and make those ignite in some way or fashion, or cause sparks to make the bedding cloth things in the area.
Okay. Since no one else is really rushing you, you don't have to roll for it. You can just kind of spend a little time focusing, and you're able to do enough to ignite everything flammable in the area. So by the time you're officially out of the building, no one would have known that you were there. And the whole place, the room itself, based off the walls, is going to be contained to that area.
To clarify, before I left, I did get my comm back that I stashed, and I also took the rest of that wine. for
Okay.
myself.
Like,
It was
waste not.
it was pretty good.
I'm just like, what? God damn it, let's go!
This is expensive.
Shotgun's
No
like right on
traces.
Quorum's heels.
As you all head out and take the back doorway out, you are out of the overall atrium of the place, and back over into the streets, kind of out through like a kitchen exit, where it doesn't really smell super great. You're kind of like in a back alley, trash bins, some homeless people, but you're able to get out and know worse for wear. Knowing where to go, you do not have too far of a trek if you decide to go directly towards where you assume their hideout is.
Yeah, I'd start heading that way. As we leave the back door, I'm like, Nidek, what? You want to knock those garbage cans over? You want to shoot those homeless people while we're at it?
So funny. So funny.
I do
And then
want
he's
to
gonna
say,
use the Force to throw a bag of garbage at Corum when he walks away.
So do you guys head directly to the hideout? Is that the idea?
I'm like, you guys, I'm just gonna start heading that way. Be like, head out this way, let's go.
Okay.
I would just like to say thank y'all for coming to help me kill her.
Okay. So as you start heading in the direction,
I'm not what anybody says punches her in the eye.
For the
You
animal.
know how to have fun.
Wait, what did you do?
He's gonna, after you said thank you, he's gonna like lightly punch her in the arm and go, You know how to have fun. And he's gonna follow the others.
He takes a swig of the wine and offers some to him as like a camaraderie thing.
He takes a swig and hands back.
I'll look over at Shotgun and kind of smirk and be like, well, somebody had to keep your non-existent ass safe. Let's go.
And she's not gonna say anything back. She's just gonna smile and then offer him the bottle too.
He's already moving.
More for me.
alright. So as you're heading in that direction, spend some time, as you get relatively within eye shot of where you assume this building would be compared to the blueprint, you notice that there's a few different ways you can do this. It looks like where this is a building that's kind of over what looks like several sky bridges, very much exposed, as you are able to really find out that walking a straight beeline there is open for sniper fire. The group themselves can give me an investigation check to try to see if there is a more efficient way to get there without being spotted.
13.
Okay.
Also 13.
15.
With working together, spending a few minutes looking around, getting some high spots, and trying to get a good look at the place, there are two other options you have. It looks like if you decide to get on top of the buildings and essentially jump between a couple roofs, 2, 3, depending on which way you do it, you could probably stealth and take out some of the snipers and maybe get into the back door of the building as long as your stealth checks are pretty decent. There is also a back alleyway that would keep you low, but without actually tracking that in advance, you have no idea if there are other guards moving to that area, since you don't know what the alleyway looks like until you get through it. But it looks like, based off the blueprint, the alleyway takes you straight over there, at least dodging all the snipers. Either way, it's a huge stealth game. It's whether it's the stealth that you know or the stealth you don't know.
Do we all have to go the same direction?
Absolutely not. If you want to separate, that is perfectly fine. I am the narrator. You guys are
Split the party.
I am following Korum's lead because as much as I won't admit that I was in a pickle last time, I will not go off by myself. I've learned my lesson. No, but she's learned enough.
Until the next time. Until the next time. Now, next time, walk up the Corum and cross his arm and nod towards the roof jump route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could try and maybe take a couple of them out while you guys make another track and we link up. I think I can do it.
You gonna set this one on fire too?
If they ask nicely. Or not.
My
nicely.
internet keeps kind of glitching. What was the problem with the original route?
Okay, so I'll re-bring up the 3 routes. So the direct straight route is you're going over a lot of high bridges to get to one point, and therefore you are unable to use stealth checks. You will be hidden. You will not be able to be hidden, and there are many people that are guards there, plus also snipers that aim down the spot. It is possible, but it's been straight combat the whole way there. That is the only problem with the direct route.
Gotcha.
It is completely up to you. I just usually know how you guys are, and if you guys want to be sneaky and kill people from behind, that is usually your thing more times than not.
How high are the roofs?
They will definitely require you to take some time to get up unless you have an actual jump pack. The buildings themselves, from the floor that you're on, are another 15 stories above you. But every building itself is even height, so to cross each one is an acrobatics check to get each one, unless you have armor or jump packs to cross.
You said 15, 1-5.
Correct. There are
So
steps
150 feet up.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. This looks like this hideout is picked for a reason, to be well fortified.
Well, I'll just be like, well, I've got a way to maybe get up there. I don't know about the rest of you, though.
Nanak wants to go to the leading up to that path and do a force jump to get as high up as he can and go, yeah, I think I can.
I think I can.
Is there a front door? That's just obviously there.
Like, so you can take the steps up.
To the hideout, yeah. Is there just like a front door?
I mean, there is one, but the distance between where you are to where the front door is 300 feet.
Is it guarded
Heavily.
that I can see? Oh, well, fine.
Oh, so we're going up onto the building that we're trying to get into is the one that we would need to get up on.
No, so I don't have a map of the whole area. So from
So,
where
Mark, are you asking if you can get into the building that we're trying to climb up on?
I have a key. I just wanted to see if it was possible to just go up the front door, but that doesn't. No, that doesn't sound like a smart choice.
you can assume the key does apply to the situation, but to get to it is where the 3 scenarios comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess
Right,
follow-up question.
I'm not-
So, the building that we're trying to get up onto, is there a door into that one so we can just go up to the roof?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we don't need to climb. It's just
You don't have to
taking the stairs.
climb it. It's just up to whether or not you want to be parkour, jetpack, jetpack,
You
or
wanna
run.
flex or not?
D&D mentality. We
Yeah.
need to climb this thing.
It's really up to you.
Oh,
So
so you force jump and I'm like, door to the building.
and I mean by no means do you need to actually climb all the way to the top and then jump to different buildings. By all intents and purposes, these are kind of apartment buildings. You could get halfway up, jump from one window to another window, and just avoid the snipers altogether instead of taking them out. These are just the different scenarios that are ahead of you.
How many snipers are there?
3 buildings, 6 snipers, so 2 per. And then there's snipers on the opposite side of the buildings, but they're aiming down, not at each other.
Night Egg jumps. I'm like, well, it looks like he wants to go up.
I was like halfway up. Are you coming or what? Then force jump
I
again.
walk open. I try to use the door handle to see if the building's open.
It's not locked.
I just open. I'm like, point in, like, gals.
What if I try to get us some cover?
Maybe save it for when we get up top in case they spot us.
What kind of cover?
I might have a way for the sniper.
Broke up.
Yeah, my ping keeps dropping. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a way for the snipers. If you can trust me.
No reason to stop doing it now, kid. Let's go.
Could be useful.
Alright. You go ahead. I'll catch up.
I'm intrigued.
Alrighty.
I would like to start making my way towards one of the towers where one of the sniper, or where's the sniper, or some of the snipers are.
Okay. And then what's the rest of the group going to do? Because you'd be going upstairs. They already were going to go upstairs. So are you all going to follow Shotgun or?
I think they're going
Where's-
off. She's going off to do a thingy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm following Quorum.
Right. Okay.
I'm not climbing the wall.
So Quorum is already going up to one of the snipers.
I'm heading up the stairs to the roof.
Yeah, and that's where the snipers are.
So there's so it's like an alleyway of buildings.
Okay.
The snipers are on top of the buildings,
All right, so
aiming down at the walk path to the main building we're trying to get to.
There's 3 routes. Okay, so there's the center route, which is the more direct route, but the snipers are way above you, and there's no way to actually take them out while you're being hit. There's the left route, which is taken rooftop to rooftop. Once you get up to the rooftop, you are behind the snipers, and you can take them out with stealth checks, because they are looking down, not onto the rooftop that they're already on. There is another route, which is going through an alleyway. The alleyway itself is not being watched by snipers because it's not the path that they're protecting. But you can't mark the path of the alleyway until you walk through it, so you don't know what's actually in the alleyway. So,
And we're going up the first tower with the first set of snipers.
right. But the idea is supposed to be like, you go up to the top. Theoretically, you're doing stealth checks. The sniper doesn't know you're up there because the sniper's only job is to watch the bridge, which is all the way back towards the ground level that you guys are trying to avoid, which is option 1, which is just run out there, guns a-blazing.
You said there's an alleyway. We just don't know what's in there.
Correct. It is completely blocked. You can walk through it, but it's only a 10-foot wide area. It is completely contained. It is hidden from the snipers completely, and as far as you know, based on the map, it will take you directly, give or take 30 feet from the building you need to get to without being spotted. You just don't know what's in the alleyway. It's safer, but you don't know if there's anything in there that can change the odds.
That definitely doesn't sound ominous.
I almost want to say it makes more sense for you guys to take the alleyway, but
I do want to retcon my decision to take the alleyway. If that's possible.
I mean, you guys haven't done anything yet, so you guys figure out how you want to do this.
Corum?
I didn't want to split us, but Nidak's already heading up. Shock, if you think you can do something, get up there and help him. I'll go with Mark down the alley.
alright.
Alright, so we're going to separate in two groups, therefore 2 turns. Shotgun and Nidak, you're running up. Marg'Ani and Corum, you are taking the alleyway. So we're going to work with what I'm going to call Team 1, that's going up to the roof. I'm assuming that you're going to try to run at haste, so both of you give me dexterity checks just to see how long it takes you to get to the rooftop.
It was what kind of check?
Dex.
Okay, well that was a nat 20.
Ooh! Alright.
So a total of 24.
Nice. Nidak?
15.
You can definitely catch up to Nidak since he had a head start on you, as you guys are moving fast enough to move your way up the roofs, up the floors to get to the roof. It'll take you a couple turns, but you're moving significantly fast. You don't need to make a perception check. As far as the floors themselves, they are not being guarded, they're not being protected, there's no traps in the area, and you're pretty confident that until you get to the rooftop, you do not have to be quiet. Team 2, who is going to the alleyway. As you walk in, give me stealth checks as you're moving to the alleyway.
$15.
11.
You start walking through this alleyway, which very much looks like similar to the alleyway that you left out the back door of the atrium. Very much the trash alleyway for a lot of the very low-class buildings around here. It's very tight, and a battle would be very difficult in here without much to block you. Cover is hard to find, and you're quite contained. There are no intersecting points, and it's just a straight way through that kind of curves a little bit. Both of you give me perception checks, please.
Mm.
12.
12. Corum?
Sorry, 8.
Okay. With a lot of steam in your way coming from underlined sewers, it is hard to get a good lay of the land around here. And getting a long distance perception is quite difficult. You immediately react a little bit late, but not too late, as you immediately see a droid come in floating around trying to scan the area. You have one action as a reaction to figure out what you're going to do before the droid scans you.
Would a jammer device work in this situation?
Do you want to try it?
I think Corum has it though, so.
I think Nidak
I
has
thought
it.
you took. Oh. Wait.
I don't know what jammer device you're talking about.
I think Nidak has it because the jammer
got
device
it.
was
I
attached
got
to
it.
the unique.
Mana.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Let me see if I have one.
Can I quick point it out and then, buddy, come here. No. I'm gonna quick point it out, and since we were both operatives, I want to try to use our cunning action to use our bonus to quickly hide again.
Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Like dive into like the steam and like a box or something, try to hide.
Just find small trash piles and stuff like that. Okay, both of you give me stealth check.
I'm gonna Metal Gear Solid it, hide under a cardboard box.
Pretty much,
18.
18.
Which check is it? Stealth? Why?
Oh no.
What the fuck is up with my dice? It's not. I mean, it's an 11.
Danger,
I'm
Will
just
Robinson.
like,
Danger.
I'm just like, why do I keep rolling 6 or 9? Like, that's it.
6 or 9, giggity goo.
Beepity intense.
That part of the session's over. Stop it.
As Corum, you immediately hide, and you're assuming that Marg'Ani is going to follow you in kind. Marg'Ani, you accidentally, as you try to find a spot, maybe you get stuck on like a grate on the ground, and then you just immediately make some sound. As immediately the droid looks in direction, doesn't see you right away, but it starts to move towards the sound, as it's taken some time to scan you. You both have one more turn to decide what it's going to do, as it's slowly starting to scan you and starting to register who you are.
It's already seen me, so I can't.
It sees you,
distract it one more time.
but very much like the droid that scans Kenobi, and then he decides to shoot it before it registers who he is. Very much the same.
I'm gonna, since it can't see me, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, you get your advantage for a sneak attack.
19 to hit.
19's a hit.
Okay, I'm gonna forego. I don't know how constitution-wise droids are. I'm gonna forego my sneak attack damage to do a blinding shot, so it needs to do a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 2.
Yes. Okay, so it is blinded until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
But can I like try to hit it in the eye to fuck up its sensor so it can't scan?
Sure.
And then I do. Okay, my dice are back again. 11 plus 4, 15 points of damage.
Okay. You're able to break its sensor temporarily, as it is currently stuck in floating position for a turn. You guys got one free action to try to figure out what you want to do in this situation. It is currently floating about
Mark's
30 feet off the ground. It's currently floating like its eyes closed. It's currently like shielding itself so it doesn't get hit in the eye again. But that means it can't scan, it can't see.
How much further do we have down this alleyway?
You don't know. It's not a straight line. It kind of curves a little bit. So I guess based on the blueprint, you know, another 250 feet.
I mean, Mark, you still have your action from that one I just shot. What do you want to do?
Can I make a guess that if I throw a dagger at it, if that's going to bring it down or not? Is there any way for me
to
make that call?
You would assume that you would have to get it pinpoint accuracy to bring it down. Otherwise, due to its effect right now shielding itself, it might just break your dagger. It's currently in defense mode, but in defense mode it can't see.
I'm gonna shoot it with that +1 blaster I stole off that guard.
Okay. Don't forget to add the extra 1d4 to it.
My boy. Ow, yeah, because I'm scared. I'm getting new dice. Fuck this shit. That's not. It's an 8. You are going to dice jail!
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a miss.
I'm gonna go sit my mimic. Go over there.
As maybe the steam gets in your eyes again, and you just like, all of a sudden steam just comes out of nowhere, and then you just kind of react, and then you kind of shoot off.
I get a 1 action, right? So I can shoot it again. Or...
You can shoot it again, but now it's the same weapon twice. So you used the +1 for your main hand. So if you want to use a different blaster, you can use your different blaster for a bonus action.
You could use my second blaster. I only shot with one blaster. Could I have used my other blaster?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take a shoot with the other blaster I got.
So that's
So I just started blasting.
Anyway, we started
on the second shot.
What is it on the second shot?
21.
That's it.
And that's another 15 points of damage.
Okay.
I'm rolling a 6 and a 5 on
As
these dice.
as you fired a second time, you get it right in the spot where even though it's shielding itself, you just fire off at some of its motors, and it just kind of just starts steaming. It just drops down like a paperweight.
Please don't make me thank you more than one time tonight.
We will switch back over to team. Finish up your conversation. We'll switch back to team one.
No, he just walks up and just like points his gun, just like double taps it one more time. He's like, he's like, "What? I didn't hear you." And then keeps walking.
Okay. Nidak and Shotgun, one more dexterity check just to keep up your momentum to see if you can make it to the top of the roof.
Spooky 20.
Nice.
19.
Okay. So as you make it up to the roof, both of you give me stealth checks to make sure when you get up there, you do not alert the sniper of your presence.
Natural 20.
Nice.
19.
Okay, you guys are like trading shots. All right. So you get up to the roof. As you open up the door, you're able to be very quiet while you're out there, and you're able to spot the two snipers. You're able to see that they're switching spots, but they do not take the opportunity to ever look behind them. They're assuming that their target is always beneath them, and they're not taking the chance to look behind them. They do seem always aware of their surroundings based off of hearing, but you're being very careful being quiet. As far as distance from you, they're about 60 feet away. The other snipers on the other side of the way aren't looking at them. They're not looking at them. They're always, their job is looking downwards. You assume if you take them out and you're quiet about it, no one else can be the wiser. They are parallel to each other, about 20 feet in distance, and 60 feet away from you. Also implied that they are not wearing heavy armor. They're wearing pretty light leathers.
You take the one on the left, so I take the one on the right.
Sounds good. And he's gonna start stalking silently towards one of them.
Okay.
The one on the left.
Both of you give me a stealth check with advantage. You just did so good at getting on the roof. Just so they don't spot you coming close.
$17.
Nice.
Where's my stealth? 15.
You are still good making your way there. They're not talking to each other, just being very, very quiet, and you do not notice that their patterns haven't changed to you approaching. As you're able to make your way there, you both are within 5 feet of them and they have noticed you. You both have a free action before they recognize you to do something. Like once you hit them, then they get to react. So you both have that free action before they notice you're there to do something.
As I'm sneaking up on my guy, little pieces of like metal and leather start popping out from different sections of my clothing and swirl together and form the handle of a saber.
Okay.
And then the locket on my neck opens up and a single kyber crystal comes in and pops into place.
That's cool. I like it.
And whenever we both go to attack, I'm just gonna try to activate it on the guy point blank.
When it comes to the point that this happens, Nidak, what would you be doing?
The guys who are holding a sniper rifle, do they have a strap on their sniper rifle? So that's kind of as a carrying sling.
No, they don't have a strap on it. They're currently in crouch position, and they currently have a stand on their rifles where they are using them to pivot off the roof corner. So they don't actually have it strapped to them. They are just leaning up against the butts of their rifles.
That's fine. What he would do is he would grab the stock with one hand, the barrel with the other, spin the gun so it is horizontal to the person, and then use that as a fulcrum to crush their trachea windpipe as he like chokes them out from behind.
Okay. So
With their own rifle.
We're gonna do several rolls, both of you at the same time, as this works out. Nidak, because of the complexity of what you want to do, you're gonna give me an acrobatics check and an athletics check for this specific attack. Shotgun, because I'm assuming you're gonna want to do a one-hit kill.
Mm-hmm.
Roll to attack. Depending on, we're not looking at damage, we're looking to see how high you get to attack. Because you were trying to surprise them, you get to roll with advantage. If you get high enough, you will get to do an instant kill.
Okay. Tell me now.
19 and 14, Joe.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know what I add to my attack for a saber.
Do you have a saber equipped?
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah, you have to equip it. It took me a hot second.
I genuinely am starting to hate this whole layout.
Yeah, I'll start trying to get us closer to doing the D&D Beyond thing because yeah, this is getting annoying.
Understandable. That would be a 21 to hit.
Okay. So as cinematically both of you, Nidak, you quick go in, you grab the butt, and at the same time you kind of like come back and twist, and you do it at the same time shocking. Just take the blade and you immediately just, wherever you decide to stab, you decide to just ignite it, and immediately just kind of, before the person reacts, they just fall right on your blade.
As Nidak's like choking out his guy, he stares. He just stares at Shotgun once he saw the lightsaber. And he's still just choking the guy who's just staring at her.
Okay. One rooftop done as you're able to take out the first two snipers. If you want, these are advanced rifles. But they are also heavy weapons, therefore they would have to be carried on your back, and if you are not proficient with heavy weaponry, they would put you at disadvantage. And your movement speed would be put down to half.
What if we wanted to use the sniper rifles to take a shot at the next snipers from the roof that we're on, since they're looking down?
Absolutely could, but you don't know of the sound the sniper rifle makes. You don't know if it's quiet or loud.
Can I do an investigation check to find out?
You could give me a technology check to try to investigate the rifle without having to use it.
I would love to do that. Where do I find technology?
What is technology on there, Corum?
Under intelligence.
I got it. Thank you.
Picturing
Right as
Nidak
everybody
with a
said
gun
it, I
barrel.
found it, of course. Hey, natural 20 for 23.
As you're able to investigate the rifle, you find out the rifle itself has two emitters on it. Essentially, kind of like a difference between a burst mode and full auto. But what this one does is it turns it from either high-powered or silent. You assume the silent is a very much less effective version. And in this case of this rifle, the silent, you're sacrificing a lot of impact. You would assume that if you decide to use this rifle from this distance against the next sniper rifle with the silent mode on, you would have to get a very, very, very good check to make sure you do a one-hit kill. Otherwise, you assume that you're only just highly damaging them. The high impact mode, which is you assume is quite loud, is the equality to a 50 cal.
Player me wants to use the 50 cal. But character me isn't a gun guy.
And
so.
as you like twist the switch on it, the actual barrel itself like changes. as you switch it to the low impact mode, the barrel itself actually like turns less railgun and more into like a fine point, as like a long suppressant. And then when you switch it to the other mode, it almost like expands and reaches out to almost charge up more energy. And you assume that the high impact mode is what all these snipers are using at most times, because they're not looking to be quiet, they're looking to take out their target.
Would my comm that I have work with Marg'Ani's comm that she has or that Korn has?
Do you all have a comm for each other?
I would say yes.
Yeah, because remember I said originally, I'm like, hey, we should probably sync up all our comms.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I could give you inspiration, I would.
Okay. So then, yes, you do have a personal communicator that you can communicate to the rest of the team with.
Can we see the alley that they went down from our position?
You do not see them.
Just raining rifles.
I mean...
Like Christmas.
Joyous Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and Merry Christmas, and all the other holidays.
Let me
Here's a
just see
sniper
something.
rifle. You get a sniper rifle. You get a sniper rifle.
I will say... I did a check just to see. This rifle does not have a function you're looking for, but you can see that there's the next building over. It looks like they have rifles that have specific kind of different functions on them. Maybe a rifle that could benefit you in a certain way to help you find out where they are.
Can we get to the next building from the rooftop we're on?
They're 20-foot distance, so it'd be a good acrobatics check. Otherwise, a standard leap is half movement speed.
I was gonna say, while he's checking out this gun, Shotgun's already like force jumped to the next building.
Okay. All right, so you're already at the next building. Shotgun, give me a stealth check. You're already doing pretty good, so you can go advantage to make sure that the next snipers did not notice you.
Oh, okay. Stealth. That is a 15.
They do not notice you.
Okay.
Again,
As soon as he realizes she's gone, he follows.
Okay. Do you take the rifle with you or not?
He drops the rifle.
Okay, I was gonna say, so it is a heavy weapon, so it would put you at disadvantage. If you want to force jump, you can make it across as well.
I want to force jump. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth check with advantage as well, Nidak, to make sure that you are not heard once you land in the next room.
My step. Perfect. 14.
You land and you slip a little bit, but you're able to balance yourself. You just like hold there as you're looking around. As it's just like, did you hear something? You sounded like a fucking idiot. Get back to work. As they just go back and they just start using the rifles again.
Amazing.
Once again, they're at this point. You're no longer coming from the center of the building, so they are diagonally. The one on the right, which you're coming from the right building, is about 60 feet from you, and then intersecting, the one 20 feet is 80 feet from you. But they're in the exact same positions as the other ones too. It's just the difference is you're not from the center of the building, you're coming from the right of the building. But if you want to do the same strategy to take them out again, you absolutely can. Sneak up behind them, get good stealth checks, insta kills, or unconscious. You can retry.
I'll start making my way
Okay.
to the guy that's farther away.
Okay. Both of you give me those stealth checks with advantage since you're already doing pretty good.
15.
15.
One of these days I'll remember my stealth. 23.
Okay. At first, Nidak's about to slip on something, but Shotgun, you're able to immediately notice it. Just like, go around it. Kind of like that. And you're able to at least, get him to move around, able to figure it out. But you're able to both be behind. If you want to do the exact same thing you did before, same checks as before.
Okay. Are we both going after the same guy right now?
I'm assuming you're going for the left one and
No,
the next
different.
one. Different guy.
Yeah,
Huh?
you went for the farther away one, so I noticed and went to the closer one.
Okay. I hate my internet right now.
It's
It
okay.
keeps cutting, so.
It's okay.
Okay. Same. 17 to hit.
Okay. Athletics, acrobatics.
So Maddox got a little different feel. He's gonna walk up behind him and he wants to force pull the guy's head back, and as he looks up right before he sends like a chop down at his neck to break his neck. Hello there.
Hello there. Okay. So
Hello.
so this one's gonna be a little more complicated. So you pull back. I'm gonna still have you do an acrobatics check or athletics check. The difference is gonna be is that the acrobatics check doesn't have to be so high, but the athletics check AC will have to be a little bit higher.
Okay. I'm gonna do athletics.
Okay.
22.
Okay. And then what about the acrobatics?
That would be a 13.
As you pull back, you just look at him, and then you say the words, and you immediately just get him right in the windpipe.
Oof.
Shocking. You do the same thing as you did before, just impale them with the saber. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like activate and like unactivate. Just
quick, and just do enough to put them
Yeah.
down, where they don't even see the beam. It's just a flash of light, and they're just like,
yeah, and
they
I'm
just
like
fall.
catching him and like slowly lowering him down so it doesn't make a noise.
You notice that with these two down, one of them has the exact same rifle as the other one. The other one has something a little bit smaller and compact, but it has a different device attached to it. If you look at it at first glance, it looks like it's maybe more of a carbine. Maybe it doesn't have as much range, but it looks like it has a very specific advanced scope to it. Back to Corum and Marg'Ani. After bringing down the droid, you know you still got at least a decent distance of walking to do. Give me a stealth check for both of you.
I just got new dice. What the fuck?
21.
21.
8. 8. Again!
Okay, so as you are walking...
Wait. Can I use my last lucky? I forgot that I have that.
Sure.
Suck my fucking dick. That was a 14.
I mean, that's better. As you're walking...
No, it's just...
You occasionally hear the sounds of what sounds like maybe just a random trooper walking through. Any sight of the droid? You lost contact with it. As you hear that they're on some kind of communication. Yeah, I'm checking on it now. I'll let you know in a bit. As you hear him coming and he doesn't see you right away. What do you two do?
I'm gonna like press up against the wall and hide with that
Okay.
number.
Okay. Stealth check. Marg'Ani, what do you want to do?
Do the same.
Okay, both of you gave me stealth checks.
That's pretty good.
Okay. 18.
Oh, nice.
20... 22?
Jesus Christ.
As you flatten up against the wall and use the shadows against to help you out and the steam to block you, he immediately walks by as you hear him talking. Yeah, I should be coming up to a little bit. Says it got brought down about 30 feet from here. As he passes by you and he doesn't notice you, do you decide to just keep walking or do you want to take him out? He is currently lightly armored, but he is wearing a helm.
I'll look at like Marg'Ani and kind of be like, and like kind of look at the trooper like, should we? Oh no, Leko speech. Like, should we take him?
I sign, not a fan. Like,
Just keep on keeping
I'm
on.
just like, then just like keep going down the alleyway.
Okay. As you're able to sneak past, he does not notice as he's talking loud enough that he cannot hear what you're doing. As you're able to move past, by the time you finally discover the droid, you are far past them for them to notice to look around.
Those damn delinquents destroying our droids.
Those darn kids.
Damn dirty. Moving your way through this specific spot, you have a clear point of now that you are getting to a certain spot. After going through that, you have gotten to where you can assume you're getting to 30 feet towards an opening. From there on, you know you have a 30-foot walk you have to be careful of to get to a side door of the building. As you get to a side of it, you do notice that for some reason there are two guards back towards you, but standing right by the alleyway. They're currently chatting right now. Is there any reason why we're supposed to be here right now? Boss isn't even here. Yeah, something happened over at the facility. We were just told to keep watch. But yeah, but that's not our job. We're not even supposed to be on today. What do you want me to do about it? They pay us good. We work. Just shut up and do your job.
Is it like another alleyway further down, or is it just like an end?
It's the end of the alleyway that you're on. It looks like they are like not worrying about who's coming from the alleyway, but making sure no one escapes to the alleyway. So their backs are turned towards you.
It's gonna be like, well, we could take him quietly.
You take one, I'll take the other.
You take the ugly one.
They look exactly so. They have helmets on. Yeah.
That's the joke. Yeah.
Have you seen? Do you see the way he's wearing that helm? He's a fucking dumbass.
I was hoping for the Ninja Turtles reference that you'd be like, which one's the ugly one?
I was gonna say yes.
All right, because you're both rogues, we'll give you guys both a sneak attack for this. So roll with advantage to hit, and then go ahead and apply your sneak attack.
That'd be a 22 to hit.
That's a hit. And Marg'Ani?
What are you using to? Are you gonna shoot him, or are you gonna take him out with a dagger?
I think shooting's probably fine, seeing as we shot the droid and it didn't set anybody off. So I'm just gonna kind of like come up behind his head, shove my pistol right up underneath his helmet, and just. Blah!
I'm gonna do the same with my pistol. That was a 24 to hit.
Okay, you both hit. Go in and do the sneak attack damage.
23 points of damage.
23.
I
just almost duplicate. I had 3 5s and a 4. These dice are possessed tonight.
Let's see, I did 8 damage.
Okay.
With your sneak attack, it's 2d6.
2d6. 11 damage.
Okay.
I rolled
As
a
you
1
go up
for my
and you
pistol.
both kind of put the muzzle of your blasters right in and you just shoot. It's enough to put them down, but they're not dead yet. You're over a bridge. They're kind of like down for a little bit. You got one free move again before they decide to either yell or fire back.
I pull out my vibro dagger and just right in the throat.
Okay. If you both decide to do it, just
My
roll
duck-
to attack with vibro daggers to finish them off.
We're both within 5 feet of each other. Haha!
Ah!
Nat 20.
I got an 11 to hit.
Okay, so unfortunately 11 does not do it. As Corum, you
Even if
immediately
they're
take your
down?
guy down and you immediately push him
Does she
down.
get advantage if they're prone?
Yeah. So you got advantage, so you still only got 11.
Okay. Okay, that was 21.
Okay, so you guys are able to both take the daggers and just finish them off. As you find yourself now with just a bridge of 30 feet, but you have to wait. There's still 2 snipers that at least have a field of view over that spot. So we're gonna switch back to team 1.
I'm gonna loot their bodies while we wait.
Okay.
Loot that
Do
body.
you decide to go to the next building?
Yep.
Okay. Forest jump.
He's gonna he's gonna grab the small carbine and loop it over, and then jump.
Okay.
Another
Stealth
stealth.
check. Yep. Advantage again. Really digging this Mandalorian music.
16.
Okay.
Sorry. Spooky 20.
Okay. You're able to get up pretty close to him. Same thing. You're moved on to the right. There's one further away and there's one closer to you, and they're the same position. These ones are both carrying the larger rifles.
These are the last two.
These are our last two. From then on, all you have to do is just drop down to the bottom of the building, and you are 20 feet away from a side entrance that is opposite from the side entrance that they're getting to. So you'd be going left side.
Nadak wants to.
I'll go for the farther one.
Nadak.
down.
Okay. Same.
Okay. What are you doing for the strategy this time, Nadak?
I want to go Jack's MK2 and thunderclap his skull.
Okay. Alright, so shotgun, same thing as before. Nidak, this is going to be 2 athletics checks.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Nidak.
24 and 15.
Okay. As you come up, you immediately go by and you immediately slam. As you kind of like push one side more than the other, as he just kind of like drops down, he's a little hazed. At the same time, Shotgun, you try to do it, but for some reason, Kyber Crystal doesn't engage right away. But as soon as you try to fix it, the guy reacts. We're going to pause back on you two. Corman Marg'Ani. As you are looking and looting through this stuff, you're able to find a couple things. They are currently not carrying any currency. They both have what looks like smaller blaster rifles instead of pistols. These are, looks like standard trooper issue. Probably stolen from Imperial troopers. They are just blasters that are two-handed, but they deal an extra 1d8 damage. You're kind of curious that time has passed and you still see the lights of the 2 snipers, but at this time as you're looking up, you notice that they immediately, as you look up, you notice they just pull and they react. Both of you give me a perception check.
That's a nat 1.
What'd you get, Corum?
Only 1.
Marg'Ani, you don't notice anything. You don't even notice the reaction, but Corum, you immediately notice that as soon as you look up, you see that something got messed up on the rooftop, and immediately it looks like Nidak and Shotgun has to fight off against the last 2 snipers. But during this time, they're not watching you. You have a free path to get to the right side of the building. What do you do?
We can't help them, but they can handle their own. Let's go.
Okay. You make your way to the right side of the building. As you get there to that side, you find yourself like a maintenance entrance. Your key does not work for this side, but the door has a simple lock to it. It looks pretty easy. If you have any kind of thieves' tools, you're more than welcome to try. No?
We started this campaign with like next to nothing.
If it's a mechanical lock, no. But if it's a technological lock, I can slice or kit it.
It's a technological lock.
Oh, then yeah, I can technology it, I believe.
Okay.
Oh.
Then go ahead and give me a technology check, then add your proficiency bonus to it.
Well, the slicer kit, I have expertise in it, so it gives me, I think, double proficiency. On top
yeah,
of my
okay,
skill,
then double proficiency then, yep.
So that's a 19.
Okay, you're able to slice into it as you're able to unlock the door as the inside bolt itself disengages, and you're able to go inside. As you enter in, you find yourself in what looks like a 3-floor building. You are currently in the top. The top floor itself is not actually a full floor. It's more like a wraparound balcony. Kind of like a top part to a stadium, where it just wraps around for maintenance. As you're inside, both of you give me an investigation check as you're looking down.
21.
21.
19.
Oh, I lied. I'm so sorry. 19.
Fucking liar.
I was looking at the wrong one.
It was a good bluff. It was a good bluff.
Equip the pants of fire.
I was so confident. I should have just kept going.
As you look down, you see a total of 6 soldiers. These ones are wearing different armor than the ones that you saw walking around, whether they're snipers or the ones that you encountered. These ones seem to be wearing closer armor to the ones that you fought inside the actual room. A little bit heavier armor, wielding more proficient rifles and shotguns. You see 2 hostages. One is freaking out in a cell. These cells are ray shielded. One that's freaking out has a long white draped coat, female. Hair looks like she'd naturally have it in a bun, but has much been shagged out due to her panic. And she looks Terran, as she is just like, you can't keep me here. I'm not going to help you anymore. I am not going to do anything. You are going to shut up, and you will do what we want when we want it. And in the other one that's ray shielded, you see what looks like a Chiss, wearing Jedi garbs and just in a meditation pose. As the same person antagonizing the other cell just looks at, gonna say anything yet? That calmness is really fucking annoying as he just puts the gun right up to her, right over the ray shield, and she doesn't respond. Just leave her alone. Boss said we're not supposed to harm her. Just a little bit. He said no. Just come over here, play some more cards. That's all we can really do while we're waiting for her to return. That's all you really get as they start playing cards. With that, we're going to end the session for tonight. So, now having the group separated, one being stealthy, get inside, and unfortunately another one at the last opportunity having to deal with 2 snipers, but I don't feel that's going to be too much of a problem. We'll have that on the next session. Do not miss out in 2 Wednesdays, since it's every other week. Tomorrow, do not miss out on Echoes of Bahamut, as they start to figure out how they're going to get the Blade of Fire. And check out Blades next week on Tuesday to continue off with their adventures. So, with that being said, thank you all for joining. We'll see you next time.